Hey, thanks for tuning in and checking out this new series. I'm doing a spin-off of the React videos there's many channels on YouTube that are doing React videos to songs and other things as well. And there's one in particular that I've started following, and I've just really enjoyed, taking time to really consciously listen to the music. And this is something that I did when I was a kid. When I was first falling in love with music, I would listen on headphones, and it's just what we had back in the day with the what they call them, Walkman, and just really letting the music transport me somewhere in my mind and going on a journey in that way. So I really want to use this as an opportunity to take time to just listen to music and do nothing else. And I figured, why not take a meditative approach with it and really use it as an exercise for mindfulness? In case you're not familiar with the term mindfulness, really all that means is to be fully present, to be fully in the body, in the freedom of not being tugged mentally. Oh, I've got to do this, I've got to do that, thinking about yesterday, thinking about tomorrow, all those normal patterns of the mind. It's really about centering that into just this moment, letting the mind be clear. When it gets distracted, we just bring it back into the moment. So I'm going to be inviting you and myself to do that while listening to a classic song. So if you want to get yourself in a comfortable position, whether that be grabbing a pillow to sit, if you're familiar with the meditative practice and that's your jam, go for that. If you want to just lie down, go for a mindful walk, whatever you want to do, stretch, do yoga, whatever is feeling like your flow right now. I do recommend using headphones or earbuds or AirPods or whatever you got, just because I'm going to be commenting on some of the art of the mix, of the production value and everything like that, and it'll be easier to gravitate to those energies and know what I'm talking about with that if you're also listening with headphones or stereo. If you've got a stereo setup or whatever you got. So that said, let's just take a moment to tune back in to the internal space, center ourselves a little bit. If you want to close your eyes, feel free. I'm going to close mine so there won't be much to see in the video. And just notice how tuning into your breath, maybe deepening your inhales a little bit, noticing the effect that has on your mind, body, and attention. Just feeling the sensations of air and vital energy entering your body, and filtering out, letting go of what you don't need in this moment. And let's just melt into this music together. Some classic Radiohead.
looked over by the walls. I'm wet fishing, wet fishing, wet fishing.
Wow, that was really cool. I haven't really listened to that song on headphones in many, many years. So as I make some comments, feel free to still stay in the zone, and if you want to keep your eyes closed or open, whatever you're doing, whatever flow you're feeling. It definitely had an effect on my energy, in the sense of feeling surges of energy and almost like, not quite goosebumps, but is there a term for that? When you kind of feel like a surge of energy. It wasn't really up my spine. I felt it like on this side. And I think it was after the lyric, "I'd be crazy not to follow where you lead." And that was really the only lyric that I really caught. I usually hear the vocal more as an instrument than really my main focus. When I listen to music, usually the main focus is the drums first. That's really, especially when it's a new artist, that really take notice of the rhythm. And on this song, they really set that up to be the primary focus at first. You even had the clicks, the drumstick clicks to put out the tempo when it first started, and then it was just drums, just laying down that beat first. And that was super cool to see and hear and feel that gradual build up. This 5-minute long song. I almost felt like it was going to go on for longer. It was such a build up, and it kind of just whispers out at the end of a pretty big build up at the end. So I thought that was really cool. And then there was also that little vocal here. Let's just go back to the beginning here, the way they set up this track, and then I'll pause. Even before the guitars come in, you hear Tom York. It's almost, I don't know, I felt that it was a cool way of adding in that human element, because most people's attention goes to the voice. That's just an instinctual thing that we all, gravitate to the human voice. And if there's a message and if it's clearly presented, that's usually what most people attend to in their awareness. They're hearing the lyrics, they're hearing that human voice. And as someone who produces music, it's been listening to music critically for most of my life, I think I have a little bit of I've trained myself to be able to take in a lot of elements at once. But that's really, that's really not how most people do it. Most people listen to one element, and it's usually the voice. Maybe if they're a drummer, it's the drums, But this song is a perfect example of a mix and a piece of production that really you can just let it wash over you, because it continues to build and build. So it starts, throwing in a couple guitars, subtle. You got the bass in the background already in there. Then you get that second guitar coming in the left side. And I think at some point there's more than two guitars playing at once, but either way, the guitars, at least two of them, they're cycling through different patterns. That one at first, it's like it's a little bit of a counter rhythm, and together it makes more of a intricate web. It's more pieces to that puzzle, and I just love that. I think that's so cool. The vocal ambience in this song is really remarkable too. Let's take a listen again. So you can hear that even after the first line. You hear that ambience, that echo, shh, 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 and it kind of pans off. The position and the stereo field starts about center-ish and then goes off to the left. And that's just the first line. Let's keep listening. Just beautiful. I mean, I'm getting goosebumps just listening to those three lines. It's just such a beautiful uplift. It just feels like such a airy, and yet, the song's called Weird Fishes. So another image I was getting, aside from like a sort of airy quality, the guitars sort of feel like, but it also feels like splashing in the water. And at one point I had a visualization of like being a fish in the ocean, like looking up and sort of like seeing like a beam of sunlight hitting the water and just sort of like illuminating this like Finding Nemo sort of environment. Since I brought that up, let me skip ahead to see when about that came in. It was after the first chorus. Okay, let's go through the chorus first, because I wanted to say a couple things about that. The background vocals are just sort of wailing. I don't think he's singing words at that point. He's got the main vocal, right there in the center, main focal point with the lyrics and everything. And then in the background there's another vocal that's just sort of wailing. Let's check that part out. So we're about to enter the bridge section that I was referring to, but that chorus, I just want to highlight that one more time. Just those background wails, that's just it's like a soulful, like soaring. He's just like, that's just straight emotion. whatever. And again, not paying super attention to the lyrics or anything, but you can just feel the emotive motive of the song. And even if you can't name it, I can't name it right now. It's that feeling, and that's what's so beautiful about music, is that it can just touch that deeper, instinctual and intuitive language. But here's the bridge here. This is the part that was giving me that vision of being a fish in the water, and those synth pads, and this is the stereo imaging I'm getting from it. It's like right of center, and then just sort of like padding out. And I don't know, it just gave me such a nostalgic feeling when I heard that. It made me think of like childhood and like lullabies or something. Very strange, but very cool at the same point, that music could take me back to such a pre-verbal even type of experience or memory. And yeah, let's keep listening. I'll roll it back a little bit. And then you're on to another bridge build up. That whole first bridge, I've got one thought about it actually. As far as the mix, had I been mixing this, I might have held off on the guitar. So you notice the synth, the keyboard pads that were going on there, and that was super cool. The guitar right in the center is doing that little arpeggiation or whatever it is. I'd be interested to hear how it would have sounded without that, at least to start. I might have kept it out for the first couple, go-throughs or whatever, and then maybe have started it really softly, like off, like hard left, all the way over here, and then sort of faded in into the center. I don't know, there was just something about it. It felt like it just sort of distracted me, I guess. And I just really loved those keyboard parts, and I thought it would be interesting to hear that just like kind of bathing in that new element of the keyboards becoming a center focus. And yeah, well, I guess we might as well hear these last two build-ups since we're kind of going through it a second time. Okay, yeah, now I remember what I was thinking the first time through. So notice in this section you got Tom York wailing again. No lyrics, just another instrument. He's just doing those oohs and ahs. And throughout almost this whole section, I know he starts singing at some point, or lyrics, but really cool. Got a couple melodic inputs from the bass there. It's pretty cool. More guitars. Notice that there's something really building in the right channel as well. It could be feedback from some sort of instrument. It could just be a synthesizer. I'm not super privy on the setup that Radiohead uses. I don't even know all the names of the guys in the band or all of the instruments that they use or anything, but it's it's adding so much thematic build up. That's going on in the right channel there. Super, super cool. And that bass, I thought that was pretty cool. That was really cool. I really loved that melodic stuff the bass has been doing. It's really cool, and it's such a beautiful tapering off with that delay of the decay of the cymbals. And yeah, I'll have to go back and listen to the lyrics of this one, because it seems like gets pretty deep. But yeah, so I'll cap it here. I feel like this has been a little bit of a long video. So let me know what you think about this type of style of sort of reviewing or reacting and appreciating. That's really what it is. Mindful music appreciation is essentially what this series is going to be. So let me know your thoughts. If there's anything I missed that you picked up on, I'd love to hear it. Let me know if you want me to keep doing these, and if you got any requests or recommendations for songs that you would like to tune deeply into together, definitely drop a comment. And I look forward to doing another one and seeing what you think. Sweet, thank you.